अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालयै कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातरया जुहाव। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया सर्वोऽभिनेदो तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे तं नैवामचरणं। First of all, my millions of dandat pranam in the lotus feet of my Paramaradhyatam Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pastom Vishnu Pasi Smat Bhakti Prajnana Keshav Swami. And same in the lotus feet of Nitya Leela Pravishtom Vishnu Pasi Smat Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Yesterday, Sonat and other rishis asked Sut Goswami that how a soul can be happy. And then he told, Savai punsang paro dharmo jato bhakti gadokhaji ahed dukya prakihata jatmas. And he has explained so much. All the activities of mind, body, tongue, and after that, all the modes, by all modes, how. If we do to please Krishna in the guidance of Guru and Vaishnava, and continuous as a honey comes. And it should be not covered by Gyan Karma Yog Tapasya. And there should be no Anna Bilash. Then it will be Uttama Bhakti. It begins from the lowest part of the Bhakti, that is called Shraddha. Shraddha, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, and after that, Prem, Sneh, Man, Pranay, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav, Adhirud, and up to Madanakta Bhav of Srimati Radhika. So Bhakti is nothing but the serving mood of Radhika is Bhakti, pure Bhakti. Now I am giving a good example of Mother Jasoda and Child Musti. A very simple example I am telling you. That time Ram went to exile with his wife and brother Lakshmana. Bharat came from his material uncle's house and sat and saw, very wonderful. No one is giving any reception to him. And whole Ayodhya was like widow, weeping. Oh, Maharaj Dasrath, my father, he used to come always. to, but where he is? He thought that my father must be in the house of Mother Kaikai. So he went there. But he went then. Oh, he was in white dress and no sindoor. Oh, where is my father? He had died. Where is Ram? Oh, he had gone to exile. Why? For your welfare, well-being. Welfare. I had two boons from Maharaj Dasarath, your father, that instead of Ram, Bharat should be king and Ram should go to exile for 14 years. Oh. If you are not any lady and Ram will not be unhappy, then I will have killed you. And Shatrugna gave him good law to Manthara and she began to crush. And then Bharat came and called all his council, Vasishtha Maharaj and others. And then he decided that this kingdom is of Ram. I cannot be king. Tomorrow we should all be ready. I will go to Chitrakoot. He is now in Chitrakoot and I am taking all the paraphernalia of Rajyabhishek there and I will make him king and return back. So all went there in Chitrakoot. And there was a big council. In the meantime, Maharaj Janak also went there. So all became happy. When council was there, all were sitting, one side Ram, one side Bharat, one side all the rishis, Maharshis, and one side Mother Kausalya, Kaikai, Sumitra and others. And they were thinking what to do. Vasishtha told, I cannot decide. Bharat is what? Prem ki seema hai. And I have taken side of Bharat. So I cannot decide what is just or unjust. So what we do in the meantime, Maharaj Janak came and all became happy. And he was seated in the chair. Vasishtha told, oh, my intelligence had gone. I cannot decide. Now, your father and also the guardian of Bharat and Ram, you should decide what to do. Ram should return back to Ayodhya as a king or he should be in exile. Then Maharaj Janak saw towards Ram and then Bharat. Oh, will you obey my order? That was the idea. Ramchandra told, you are my father and guardian. Now I must obey. What you will tell, I will follow. Bharat told same thing. And then he told Bharat, what you want? I want that Ram should. I have brought all paraphernalia for Rajyabhishek. So I want that he should be given kingdom and he should return back. Oh, what you want, Ram? I want that I must obey my father's words. Then Janak, he meditated to his Gurudev. Who is Gurudev? Bhagavan Shankar. And after praying, he told, what shall we speak from now I am telling? I am seeing that praying, Bharat is Premi Bhakta, and his prem is so big and deep that any mountain like Himalaya, Everest can sink. But also I am saying the Ram, his tattva, dharma tattva is so big, but it can sink in the ocean, but it cannot go. The waves of ocean cannot move it. So it is very difficult to tell this, but I am telling. Bharat has hope. Here, Ram is defeated by his love and affection. Then all became very happy. All the mothers, Vasishtha and all the subjects of Ayodhya, all became very happy. Then he told Bharat, you should think your Ishtadev is Ram, and the love and affection has some rule and regulations. A premise should give his all heart, everything to his Ishtadev. Ram is your Ishtadev. Now you ask Ram what he wants and do like that. Follow. Then Ram went to Ram. Oh, now my eyes are open. Until now I am thinking of my only, that if he will be king, I will be very happy. And all subjects will be happy. But I was not thinking your side. Now I request you, what do you want? I must follow. Then Ram told, Maharaj Janak, I told that you have called me. So really I am defeated and you are. Now again became all happy that he will return back. But he told, Bharat, I am taking the kingdom. Now I am king of Ayodhya. But I want that you should be my representative and return back to Ayodhya, and you should be there. Then Bharat told that you should give me your sandal. And he took his wooden sandal and kept here, and anyhow he went, returned back to Ayodhya. Here, what is bhakti? Not our wish that I will be happy. You will have to give all your modes yourself in the lotus feet of Gurudev, and then Gurudev can get it to Krishna. I am Ityad Vinimeshatasya Ishadape Tasya Vipatyo Smriti Tanmayato Abuddha Bhajattam Bhaktai Vijesham Gurudev Tatma. Not direct Krishna. So we should know what Gurudev wants. We should give our life and soul, everything, to please him. And if you are not going, disobeying his orders, then what? Very bhakti. There is no bhakti at all. So, we should think this. If you cannot do, you cannot follow your Guru's orders and don't want to please him, to please yourself, entangled with worldly things, that should take that. Self-sacrifice. This is not bhakti. You should think it. We should think Pururva. Perhaps you know Pururva. Pururva is the king, emperor of whole world. Whole world. But once a Aspara, and heavenly angel, came and he was attracted to her and forgave where days go, years go, and 1,000 years he was entangled in that, enjoying with her, Urvashi. But Urvashi has any promise to, told him, Maharaj, that I have two women. Ram, that very dear to me. You have to protect always. Without that I cannot be. So you should protect. And second is that you should, in Srimad Bhagavatam, first it has been written that he was Devaki Suta. And also Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj has written that he was born from the womb of Devaki and from the Vasudeva. And he was adopted son of Nanda Baba. But he has admitted also other places. Nakhalu Gopika Nandano Bhavan. Gopis are telling, are you not the son of Jashoda? Yes, you are. But since you are not, because you are so cruel. Also, Nanda King Akrod Brahman, after that, no Sukhapo, Gopika Sutta. That is written and Sukadeva Goswami is saying. This Krishna, Supreme Lord, is not, he cannot be received very easily. And Gopika Sutta Krishna, Gopika Sutta means Jashoda Sutta. For Jnani and Yogi and others, they cannot. Nandastu Atmaj Utpanne Jatrada Maha. Nandastu Atmaja. Atmaj means Atma Vaijayati. Here especially Sukadeva Goswami has openly written this. Because Krishna is partly as a Narayana, he is son of Devaki. And fully in all kalas, Brajendanandan Sham Sundar Sudanandan, fully he is. After this, Krishna in childhood, when he was only 6 days, he killed Putana with 1,000 or 60,000 elephants' power. She came to give Krishna poison from his purse. Krishna took it and shocked with poison and his life also. And became very restless and told, oh, give up, give up, give up. So thousands and thousands of elephants, she could not. And Krishna, being a child, small of 6, he was on the breast of Putana, and she became a very big demon, about 12 miles. She wanted to go to Kansa, but Krishna, from here you cannot go. And then she died. After that, Krishna in childhood also killed Sakatasur and Kilavar. Being a child, Vamandev went to Bali Maharaj to cheat him, to take his whole kingdom. And he wanted 3 feet step land. But when he began to measuring 3 feet, then he became 3 Vikram. From sky to this. And in 2 feet he covered whole world. And there was nothing. Then Bali Maharaj gave himself that I am giving you. And thus Bali Maharaj conquered him. But he became so long. When this Prithvi in Pralaya was buried, in
water of devastation.
Devastation. When this land Prithvi was in water, Paradev, very big, and took earth only deep and nature. In this way, Ramchandra killed Ravana in a big form. But Krishna did all these sweet pastimes. Aswaj was covered. There was big Aswaj, but it was covered with very madhurya. So Krishna is unlimited, master of Aishwarya and Madhur. But in Braj, always Aishwarya is covered with Madhur. He lifted Govardhan. Any man cannot do it. Never it can do. He killed all these demons. A man cannot do. So, Krishna is himself, Supreme Lord, but in this Braja, he has done all pastimes, not in a big form, but being a child. This is his speciality. And how Krishna was maintained, Krishna has no outside, no inner side, no upper side, no lower side, no dimensions here, nothing. He is unlimited. But Mother Yashoda, by love and affection, by Vatsala, he binded. Prem Prayojan can speak in very short form.
Om Arjatmarandhasya Jnanandanaslavakya Chakshurannalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. First of all, I offer my Satsang Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers thousands of times at the lotus feet of Asvatya Paramaratatam Guru Pada Padma, Om Vishnu Pada Ashtotar Sadasismat, Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. I offer my pranam at the lotus feet of my Guru Parampara and to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So, Srila Gurudev wanted me to speak in brief the pastime of Dam Bandhan Lila. How Sri Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Advaya Gyan Paratattva, the Supreme Absolute Truth, non-dual reality, was bound by the love of Madhya Yashoda. So it happened that Madhya Yashoda, she woke very early in the morning. Why? She was thinking to herself, my son is so restless. He goes here and there, stealing butter. Perhaps all the mothers from the other houses are coming to me and complaining to me because he goes there to steal their butter because it tastes better. Perhaps the butter in our house is not so good. Why? Because I don't make it myself. My love is not in this. The other servants make this butter. So I will myself wake up and make this butter. So Madhya Yashoda rose very early in the morning in Brahma Muhurta. And there she took the milk to the best cows, Padmagandeya and others, and began to boil this milk and make butter from yogurt. So Madhya Yashoda was in one room and churning the yogurt and absorbed in thoughts of Shri Krishna. And Shri Krishna was in Madhya Yashoda's bed. Madhya Yashoda, when she got up, she took the hand of Krishna and put it on a pillow to make him think that his mother was still in bed, but she was gone. So when Krishna began to feel around, oh Maya, where are you? No response, just a pillow. And then he began to open his eyes and he began to cry. But his mother did not come. Why? She was in another room and churning the yogurt and remembering the pastimes of Krishna, chanting the names of Krishna. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Krishna is always attracted by kirtan. So he came to get off the bed, but he's very small and the bed is high. So it was difficult. He had to climb down backwards on his stomach. Dropped down from the bed and quite naked and weeping, he began to stumble out of the room looking for his mother. And he was crying, Maya, like we hear Sudarshan playing on harmonium. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. Krishna was crying, Maya, 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 louder and louder. But she could not hear him because she was completely absorbed in kirtan and remembering the sweetness and pastimes of Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna came out from the room, rubbing his eyes and tears running down his face and onto his belly, washing the kajal from his eyes. So tears were coming like Ganga and Jamuna, white like the Ganges coming from the eye where he rubbed off the kajal, and black like the Jamuna where the tears were mixing with kajal and running down his face. And Madhya Yashoda was churning the butter where she looked so beautiful. Her waist was very narrow, hips very wide, wearing very, very fine silk sari. And Shri Krishna came up to her and he put one hand on the churning stick and one hand on Madhya Yashoda's veil. And when he took her veil, then she looked and saw that the son she was remembering, thinking about, was there in front of her. So she took Krishna into her lap and began to give Krishna her breast milk. At that moment, bhakti into bhakti rasa. Why? Milk was flowing. For ordinary people, they have sattvic bhavs, tears flowing, body trembling, hair standing on end. Madhya Yashoda has all these sattvic bhavs, but another sattvic bhav also, milk, that's her praying, flowing from her breast. So all sattvic bhavs were mixed with vibhav, anubhav, vyabhachari bhav, and bhakti became bhakti rasa. So just then, as Shri Krishna was taking the breast milk of Madhya Yashoda, and she was joyfully looking at his face, the milk that was being boiled on the fire was thinking to himself, oh, Krishna's belly is unlimited. All the millions of universes exist in the belly of Shri Krishna. And at the same time, the breast milk of Madhya Yashoda, this is not breast milk, this is Vatsalya Prem. her prem is unlimited. So if his belly is unlimited and her prem is unlimited, then this Krishna's drinking of her breast milk, it will go on forever. And I, the cow's milk, I have no chance to do any seva. So without any chance for seva, no need to be alive. So the milk was jumping over into the fire. But seeing this, Mother Yashoda thought, I should save the milk. Because from my breast milk, I cannot make yogurt, butter, paneer, and so many types of sweets. So I should save this milk to make many preparations for Shri Krishna. So Mother Yashoda went to put Shri Krishna down. Now when Putana said to Krishna, "Oh child, leave me," she could not put him down. And Krishna was had the breast of Putana in his mouth. He was not holding with his hands or legs because he was only 6 days old. But now he's older. He's 2.5. And he was holding onto Mother Yashoda like a monkey, both arms, both legs, and with his mouth, as hard as he could. But Mother Yashoda, even though Putana has the strength of 60,000 elephants, and Mother Yashoda seems like an ordinary cowherd girl. But with one hand, with her left hand, she just took Krishna and sit down, Michael, and put him down, and went to take care of, sprinkle some water on the milk and stop it from boiling over. At that time, Sri Krishna, he was very angry. He felt that he was not fully satisfied by drinking this milk yet. He wanted more. But Mother Yashoda had put him down. So he thought, what mischief can I do? So then he took a pestle and he approached the big pot of yogurt that she had been churning. Now if he will break the top of the pot, then the pot will break. But if you make a hole in the bottom, then what will happen? It will spray out all across the kitchen. So Krishna is very intelligent. He took the pestle and broke a hole in the bottom of that clay pot. And Krishna was delighted to see the yogurt spray all over the kitchen floor and make a terrible mess there. Krishna was very happy. But then the next moment he realized, if my mother sees this, then she'll punish me. So Krishna thought, it's time to leave the scene of the crime. So he began to sneak away, but he's only 2.5. So he didn't realize that if he'll sneak away through the yogurt, then he'll leave a trail of yogurt footprints leading all the way to his hiding place. So Krishna, who is the Atvaya Gyan Paratattva, the embodiment of all knowledge, now as a 2.5-year-old child, he did not know that he should have walked around the yogurt. So walking through the yogurt, leaving the footprints to the next room, Krishna made his getaway. After some time, Mother Yashoda came back and saw, what happened? The pot is broken, yogurt is everywhere. And then she saw some small baby footprints. And thought, I ought to follow these footprints and catch that naughty boy. And she began to follow the footprints into the next room. When she came to the next room, she opened the door and looked. And there, Krishna had climbed onto a grinding mortar. And he was taking butter from the pots hanging from the rafters and feeding this butter to so many monkeys and crows. Why? Because in a previous incarnation, when he was Lord Ramachandra, he took the help of so many monkeys to build a bridge across the ocean to Lanka. But at that time, he had no opportunity to feed them. So in this incarnation as Krishna, he was feeding all the monkeys. And the crows, they were the descendants of Kakabhushandi, also from Ram Leela. So Shri Krishna was feeding them, and his back was to the door where Mother Yashoda was coming. So he could not see her. So Mother Yashoda, like a cat, walks very softly. A cat can walk on dry leaves without making any sound. So Mother Yashoda, she took a stick in her hand. So I'll teach him a good lesson. And with gentle steps, she began to sneak up on Krishna. So Krishna was feeding the monkeys and feeding the crows. Krishna could not see Mother Yashoda, who was behind him. But the crows and monkeys could see Mother Yashoda. So the monkeys and the crows began to run away. And Krishna, come back. Why? Don't you want butter? But they were all fleeing. Then he realized, of course they want butter. They're going for a reason. Mother Yashoda must be right behind me. And he looked and saw, just as she was about to catch him. And Krishna quickly jumped down from the grinding mortar and began to run. Krishna was running, and Mother Yashoda took the stick and was running behind him. But she's quite healthy, as they say in India. And so she could not run so fast. And Krishna was running in a zigzag way. here and there. So Madhya Yashoda was trying to catch him. Pantastukoti shatavatsara sampragamyo. In Brahma Samhita, it is said that the rishis, yogis who can travel at the speed of the wind, travel at the speed of mind, even they cannot touch the tip of the toe of Sri Krishna. But Madhya Yashoda was running after him and getting very close, about to catch him and taking her stick. And Sri Krishna said, "Oh, don't hit me, don't hit me." Madhya Yashoda said, "Oh, who has broken the vessel?" He said, "Oh mother, you have done it. You have very big ankle bells. And when you got up to go and take care of the milk, then you hit the pot with your ankle bell and it was broken. You have done it." Then Madhya Yashoda said, "I know that you're a thief. You are chore." Krishna said, "There's no chore in my dynasty. Maybe there's a chore in your dynasty." Because Madhya Yashoda, in her dynasty, she had one ancestor. His name was Chor Ghosh. That was his name, Chor Ghosh. So Krishna said, "In my father's dynasty, no chore. Perhaps in your dynasty there's a chore." And Krishna was running away. Again Madhya Yashoda went to catch him. She said, "Oh, who was feeding the monkeys?" Krishna said, "He who creates the monkeys, feeds the monkeys." And Madhya Yashoda was became more and more anxious to catch him because he's being so cheeky. Then suddenly, with her left hand, she caught Krishna's right hand. And with her right hand, she took the stick, and Krishna was running behind her legs, here and there, going behind her. Then she saw that his face was so scared. She saw that, oh, if I will scare him too much, then when he grows up, he may be maladjusted. So I don't want to scare him too much. So seeing the fear in his eyes, she threw away the stick and she said, "All right, because you and the grinding mortar together were involved in this crime, I shall punish you." The grinding mortar was your accomplice, so I'll punish the two of you together. So she took him to the grinding mortar and she took a rope. And it was her intention to tie a rope around his waist and then from behind, like a baby harness, and then tie that to the grinding mortar so that he could only wander within, he could only make a disturbance in a small area. He couldn't go very far. So she took the rope and put it around his waist. But what happened? It was 2 fingers too short. So she took another rope and tied it together. Again she put it around and it was 2 fingers too short. So her friends came. She told them, "Bring the rope from your houses." So the Sakhis of Madhya Yashoda, they bought all the ropes from their houses, all the rope in Braja. And they tied them all together. She tied them together and put it around Krishna's waist. But still it was 2 fingers too short. Why? 1 finger represents sadhana. If one wants to attain the Krishna prema, by which Krishna can be controlled. Sri Krishna said, "Bhakta ama bandhyache," "Oh my devotee, prema abhitare," binds me with the rope of love. So if one wants to bind Krishna with the rope of love, with the rope of prema, then one must do sadhana, practice. But that's only 1 finger, still another finger too short. Our sadhana, bhajan, our own practice is never enough. In addition to one's sadhana, one will also require kripa, the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, the mercy of Sri Krishna. And when one does sadhana and kripa is there, these two mixed together, they will cause the manifestation of prema by which Sri Krishna is bound. So Madhya Yashoda was trying again and again to bind Krishna, but 2 fingers too short. Then Drishtva parishramam Krishna kripayasit sobandhane. When Sri Krishna saw that his mother was so embarrassed, she was very embarrassed. From early morning to noon, many hours, 5 hours, Madhya Yashoda was trying to bind Sri Krishna. She was sweating. Her face was red. She was thinking, "You came from my womb. You're my son. You are not more intelligent than me. I can control you." But she still could not bind him. Madhya Yashoda was thinking, if I cannot bind my own son, then how will I show my face to my friends? She was very embarrassed. So at once, Yoga Maya came there. And Madhya Yashoda took the rope that was binding her hair, and with the 1 rope from her hair, put it around Krishna's waist and bound him to the grinding mortar. And now Krishna was receiving the punishment, the discipline of his mother. Then she went away to do her housework.
So, Mother Yashoda wanted to find unlimited Krishna. And he ordered all the gopis, "O Sakhi, bring ropes from your houses." All ropes were brought and they were binded together, even to finger ladies. So what is that he told? One is sadhan. In sadhan, what sadhan? What Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami had did? Sankhya Purvak Nam Gandhat Hi Kalavasami Kritau Nidrahar Vihar Kaj Dijtau Chatant Deenau Chujau Radha Krishna Gudasmrte Mudhurimanten Sammohitau Bande Rup Sanatana. Sometimes fasting, sometimes only chana, sometimes nothing, whole day night chanting, "O Radhe, where you are?" Sometimes in Radha Kund, sometimes in Shyam Kund, sometimes in Bhandirvan, sometimes here and there, like mad persons. So, how they have done? This is sadhan. Especially what sadhan? First, Rupa Goswami has told 10 things. Guru Padashraya, Guru Susrevana, so Karma Siksha from Guru, and Visambhaina Seva. Visambhaina Seva what? Like what? Friends, like Bandhu. We should serve Guru, obey him, always with him, always following his orders. This sadhana is shrestha of all, superior than all kinds of sadhana. We should try to do all these things by which Gurudev will be happy, satisfied, and Krishna Bhakti will come. This is sadhana. And second is mercy of Krishna. But sadhana is prominent. By seeing his sadhana and his labor in that, Krishna will be satisfied. And then his yoga maya will go away and Krishna will be blinded by that path of others. So, these teachings, these sweet pastimes of Krishna has so many teachings, so many teachings. We should try to learn, and by that we should serve Krishna like Mother Yashoda. More than that, like Gopi, Brajaramanina, and more than that, Rup Manjari and others. This is the main object of our life. Gaur Premanande. One kirtan.
So, you saw the storm outside.
Very Braja. Brajaballam? Brajamohan? Where? They are not here.
Hare Krishna, some devotee has requested for initiation. It will take place day after tomorrow in Gurudev Bhajan Kuti. For male devotee have to shave hairs and for female no need. But for initiation, the new devotee must be certified by a senior devotee. So for initiation, they can come day after tomorrow 9 a.m. and fire sacrifice will take place in Gurudev place Sunday 9 a.m. Hare Krishna.